Hello everyone, in this video we are going to discuss about the core of the embedded system, the continuation of the previous video. The first video we are discussing about the general purpose and domain specific processors. So coming to this one, second one, application specific integrated circuit, that is ASCIIs. So application specific integrated circuit ASCII is a microchip designed to perform a specific or a unique application. Specific or unique application, it is used to replacement to conventional general purpose logic chips. So this is replacement of the general purpose logical chips. It integrates several functions into a single chip, and and thereby reduced a system development cost. The majorly the compare the integrated several functions into a single chip, they reduce the system cost. Mostly the compared to the before processors, this one the system cost will be very less. Most of the ASCIIs are property products. As a single chip, ASCII consumes a very small area in the total system, thereby helps in the design of smaller systems which is high capabilities and functionalities. So compared to the size of the chip is very small, so now the small system designing part, these ASCIIs are using very useful. The ASCIIs can be pre-fabricated for a special applications. It can be custom fabricated by using the components for a reusable building blocks library of a components for a particular customer applications, by using for the particular customer applications reusable building blocks. So the ASCIIs are based on systems are profitable only for a large volume commercial products only. Now the ASCIIs are using large value commercial products, the ASCIIs are using. The fabrication of ASCIIs requires a non-refundable initial investment for the process, technology and the configuration. ASCIIs requires a non-refundable initial investment for the process, technology and the configuration experience. So the ASCIIs are using for the long range of applications. In this investment is known as non-recurring engineering charges, NRE, and it is one time investment process. So for you have invest one time, it will be using for the more number of applications. So the non-recurring engineering charges, NRE, is borne by a third party, and the application specific integrated circuits is made up only available in the market, and the ASCII is referred as a application standard products, ASSP. The ASSP is marked to multiple customers just as a general purpose products. It is a smaller number of customers since for the specific applications. So another one is ASSPs also available in the market with the same application of application specific standard products. So application specific integrated circuits are property products. The development of such a chips may not be interested in the receiving the internal details of it, hence it very difficult to point out of an example for it. It's very difficult to point out. So the ASCII products is given without getting prior permissions for the manufacturers of the ASCII. So the ASCII is a very pre-require permissions for required for the two manufacturers. So this is about the ASCIIs compared to the microprocessors and microcontrollers. The ASCIIs are very small in size, and which is using for the NRE, non-recurring engineering charges. So one-time investment process. So we are using for the more number of applications and more number of uses. We are using this ASCIIs. So this is about the application specific integrating circuits. So coming to the next one, that is programmable logic devices. So logic devices are provides a specific function including devices to device interfacing, data communications, signal processing, data displaying, timing and control operations, and almost every other function a system must perform. The logic devices provide a specific functions including a devices to device interfacing, data communications, signal processing, data displaying applications, timing and control operations, and almost every their function system to perform. So logic devices are basically dividing into two types. One is a fixed logical devices, second one is a programmable logical devices. So fixed logical devices are permanent, they are perform one function or a set of functions once manufactured, they cannot be changed. So fixed devices. So programmable logic devices are a customer a wide range of logical capability for the speed and the voltage characteristics, and these devices can be reconfigured to the perform at anywhere. So these are the programmable logic devices. So basically the logic devices are dividing into two types. One is the fixed logic devices and programmable logic devices. The fixed logic devices are permanent, they perform one function only, you cannot change for the application oriented. So coming to the programmable logic devices, which is using for the majorly we are using for the data communication, signal processing, data display, timing and control operations. Almost every other function a system must perform. The logic devices can be basically two types. So programmable logic devices PLDs are offered can be configured performing number of functions at a time. So more number of functions are running at a time in the PLDs, programmable logic devices. Which programmable logic devices designers use expensive software tools to quickly develop, simulate and test their designs. So PLDs are using for the so very quickly accessing the simulation and the testing domain. The design can be quickly programmed into the devices and they immediately tested in a live circuit. Majorly the PLDs are using for the testing purpose. The testing purpose majorly are PLDs are using. Programmable logic devices are using for the testing purpose. This PLDs that can be used for the prototyping the exact same PLD that will be used in the final automotive navigation system. Majorly the automatic navigation system we are using these PLDs. Another key to benefit of using PLDs is the during the design phase customers can be changed the circuit as often they want to until the design operations to their satisfaction. How many times the user satisfaction levels, the number of times the applications will be changing in the PLDs. So majorly what are the most advantages for the PLDs are the program logic devices offer the number of important advantages over fixed logic devices. So PLDs offer the customer much more flexible during the design cycle because the design iterations are simply a matter of changing the program file. So PLDs are now using for the more number of user interfacing applications. More number of user interfacing applications means if the application will be changed, this PLD is using. For the fixed logic devices, only one application that device is using. So PLDs do not require a long lead time of prototypes or a protection parts. Their PLDs are already on a distributor shelf and ready to simpest. PLDs do not require customers to pay for the large NRE. What is mean? Already we are discussing about the NRE, non-recurring engineering charges, means one-time investment process are developing the PLDs. PLDs are allow the customer to order just a number of parts they need. Based on the total system not required. It requires, if it requires number of parts, this is also available in the market. So these are the advantages of PLDs compared to the fixed logic devices. So coming to the last one of the core of the embedded, that is commercial of the shelf component, that is COTS. A commercial of the shelf product is one which is used as is. So COTS products are the designed in such way to provide easy integration and interoperability which existing system components, already existing system component. The COTS components itself may be developing around a general purpose or a domain specific processors or an application specific integrated circuit or a programmable devices. So we are COTS is using for both any processor application. We have to take this one, this will be using. The typical example of COTS hardware unit is a remote control toy car. Control units including RF circuit part, high performance and high frequency microwave electronics, that is 2 to 200 gigahertz optic infrared image arrays, UV or IR detectors and etc. The major advantage of using COTS, they are readily available in the market, are the cheap, and the developer can cut down her development time or a great extent. This is a turn reduced time to market your embedded system. So these are all available, readily available in the market, the COTS. So these COTS products for TCP/IP, the communication protocols also we are using this, available in the COTS products. In the TCP/IP model, we are using the COTS in the communications. The major problem faced by the end user is that there is a no operation and manufacturing standards. This one of the disadvantages is the no operation and manufacturing standards. A commercial of the shelf component manufactured by a vendor need to have a hardware plug-in and the firmware interface capability, which one is manufactured by the second vendor for the same applications. So majorly the COTS indicates the firmware is developed by the another vendor and the hardware is developed by the one vendor. So combination, basically the embedded system is a combination of both hardware and a software. Both the hardware is designed by the one vendor and the software is done by the one vendor. At the combination of these two, there is some problems are in the assembling part. So this is one of the disadvantage in the COTS product. So these are the total about the core of the embedded systems. Thank you.